Hi, welcome back. I'm Ravy Pops, and this is an update on week 12 of Steps. I honestly didn't know if I was going to make one this week. It's been a complete nightmare of a week, but starting off week 12 strong with managing problems and a poem that is a good poem. However, it's not as strong or as stand out as some of the other ones, so I'll read it through and then I'll discuss the week I've had. Okay, so letting go. To let go does not mean to stop caring. It means I cannot do it for somebody else. To let go is not to cut myself off. It's the realization that I cannot control others. To let go is not enable, but to allow learning from natural consequences. To let go is to admit powerlessness, which means the outcome is not in my hands. To let go is not to try to challenge or blame others. It's to make the most of myself. To let go is not to care for, but to care about. To let go is not to fix, but to support, to be supportive. To let go is not to judge, but to allow another to be human beings. To let go is not to be in the middle arguing all the outcomes, but to allow others to affect their own decisions. To let go is not to be protective, it's to permit another to face reality. To let go is not to deny, but to accept. To let go is not to nag, scold or argue, but instead to search out my own shortcomings and correct them. To let go is not to adjust everything to my desire, but to take each day as it comes and cherish myself in it. To let go is not to criticize and relate anybody, but to try becoming to try to become what I dream I can be. To let go is not to regret the past, but to grow and live for the future. To let go is not to fear less and love more. So it's a bit of a long poem, and I don't do it justice because my reading skills are not great, but I wish I would have had this on Wednesday because life took a turn on Thursday. Like most things, I like precise times and stuff so I can plan out my day, because I get paralysed. If I have something in the afternoon, I can't do anything in the morning on the off chance that might trigger me or make me have a flare up and I won't be able to do the thing that I need to do in the afternoon. So it normally puts me in a status during the day where I don't do anything until my appointments. Now, I had a delivery of my medication that was meant to be delivered on Thursday. It never turned up. I called up the delivery company. They advised that it never actually made it onto the van. This obviously escalated me from like a 2 to an 11 immediately. I was past a 5 at that point. I hit a wall, which is why I have this on, because I bruised all the way down my hand because I'm an idiot. I lost my temper so badly, and then that spiraled into me feeling great shame because I controlled it so well and I was doing so well day to day that just spiraled me. And then to make that up, I treated myself to a little afternoon out, or evening out should I say, and the next day I was greeted at 8 o'clock in the morning by an argument. Now, that again, when it says make no major decisions when you're in an emotional intensity episode, that goes for any sort of impairment, whether that be alcohol or anything else. So I didn't handle it the greatest. I walked away, which I'm so grateful that I did walk away, and I did shout asshole quite loudly, but again, I was justified. I'm not saying it was the right thing to do, however, it was the better of two evils of what was going through my mind at the time. So then obviously I had to file a police report and go through that system on the following Monday, and do all that sort of stuff. So it's just been like one thing after another, and I feel like my cup, I haven't had the time to empty it. So although I'm taking sips out of this cup and my emotional level is going down slightly, it's not going down fast enough to cope with the incoming stresses, which is, at least I recognise it, and at least I, again, pull myself out of the situation. And I was talking to my reinforcer today, who said, obviously, you know, it's not about a win or lose situation. You know, I'm not failing just because I lost my temper, or just because, you know, I had a few bad days. It's getting back on that horse and keeping going, and don't feel like, I know it's easier said than done, but don't feel like a failure even though you've had setbacks. You know, take a deep breath, take account of what happened, where you went wrong, what are the triggers and how you got to that situation, and then what you can do in the future is try to avoid those triggers, or try to adjust your behaviour knowing that you're going to have encounters with those triggers. So that's the best way to sort of go about it, I would say, or the approach I'm taking. Again, not a saint. Don't know what I'm doing. Clearly having bad days and good days, which are not the best, but you know, it's day by day back on track. You know, I'm not gonna, I've taken a good couple of gulps out my cup of water, and I'm gonna have maybe a couple of days where I just do nothing and sleep, because I've not slept in 2 days and I am shattered. But every time I go to sleep, a twitching fit happens and I'm back to square one where I'm wide awake because I'm in so much pain. Big cycle, greatness. But it's what it is, and I can't sit here and moan all day about it. So, because moaning's not going to get us anywhere. But yeah, so that's about it really. But one thing I will say that has been crossing my mind at the moment, which I don't know if this is, anyone else got told this when they were younger. You know, sticks and stones may break your bones, but calling me names won't take, you know, won't do anything. Can we decommission that saying? Because I think calling me names and, you know, picking on me mentally, I think I'd have rather took a beating. You know, if I didn't have to deal with all this every day. You know, and that's a hot take. I know that's a hot take from me, but like, calling people names really does mess with them, like a long-term effect. It's not just a, you know, you get called a name in high school and you forget it. You know, those things follow you for years and years and years, depending on the degree, you know, of how much you get called names. You know, there's a few lolcows out there that I beg will say that calling them names does hurt them more than probably taking a physical beating. You know, getting that every single day, that mental torture every single day, kind of leaves a scar. You know, whether physical or mental, it's still there. So, just a hot take. Can we decommission that phrase? Because that really, it grinds my gears. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day and a lovely week, and I will see you sometime at the weekend, probably. See you later. Bye.